Aligned.
Hi, this is World Aligned, and we're here today because we're doing a review of Michael Moore's Capitalism, a Love Story. The first part of the movie and the first job that I think the movie did was it got you to see the personal side of things, and it got you to get emotional about what's been going on.
Yeah.
And it got you to see just the evil side of capitalism and the evil effects that it has. You know it's happening because they talk about foreclosures, so obviously there's families out there losing their homes, but they don't tell you who these people are. They don't give them a face. It's just numbers of foreclosures or just the word. It's not a face.
Yeah.
And I think that's necessary.
They personalized it.
Yeah, because and it's also a thing of that, it could be you, because the people shown weren't just, lollygagging. They were working hard to keep their homes.
Yeah.
They were working very hard to keep their homes, and there was also people who owned these homes for years but refinanced on them, and those new loans they got, they couldn't pay them back.
Yeah.
So, these were good people who lost their homes, who lost their jobs, and just the stories that go along with that is worth seeing because it opens up your eyes to let you know that there's something wrong with the system right now, and that we need to really, really concentrate on making it work for a larger group of people.
Yeah, and the part that I like is also with the workers of one of the auto companies, and not to give any of it away, but that was a touching moment.
Yeah.
For me, that was a moment to where I just was like, yay, the people.
Yeah. And I think that's another aspect of the movie that I really loved, is that it gave you hope. Even though there's a lot of stuff going on, it gave you hope because it shows that we're in a democracy where we do have a say in what happens in our government, the types of regulations that are passed, and that the people, individual people, can have an effect, and that we can get things done and we can make some type of change. That's the aspect of the movie I really loved. And I think in a nutshell, this is what the movie did. It just kind of showed you there was a problem, kind of showed you how some people have solved their particular problems within that big scheme, and to encourage you to do something too.
Well, and then also too, there was a part in the film that showed one company or a few companies who implemented the democratic system in their whole company structure, and how it worked and really just super benefited everyone. There wasn't a small guy, a big guy, a boss, a chairman, an associate. All of those were gone, and we really need to, or that showed the necessity to democratize the work industry, the workplace. Yeah, so that was another aspect, and the movie was really powerful, touching. It got standing ovations.
Yeah, and it was funny at times too.
And it was funny.
It wasn't all just boo-hoo crying and getting you angry. It was funny at times.
Yeah, and it did get you angry. We had a fight over here in the car, and I think that's because it made you want change instantly.
Yeah.
Instantly after watching it.
Yeah.
And that sort of anger, and this is how you can tell a good movie, that sort of anger, we hope will be directed in a positive, revolutionary direction. this is a big step, but I recommend that it be shown on all college campuses throughout this country.
A lot of people weren't in the theaters. A lot of people aren't really.
Yeah, it was kind of empty.
It was like
it was
kind of empty.
filled to about. The theater was filled to about maybe about 30%.
Yeah.
40 at the most capacity.
You know, there's a lot of people who don't like Michael Moore because the things he says are controversial. But I think on this topic, he wasn't, you know, taking sides. The only side he was taking was the side of people who have been hurt by what's going on. You know, because he showed Democrats doing bad things and he showed Republicans doing bad things. And
yeah, he really, Senator Dodd, he really kicks him in the butt.
Yeah, you have to see it because it's the people who are talking against the greed that happened on Wall Street that have been participating in it. And that is an eye-opener. That is an eye-opener to see who's representing us. I think the people need to show their disdain for what's going on to drive home the message to politicians that they're not happy. And that, yeah, you have a lot of vested interest in this and then you're getting paid off by these people, but if you want to get reelected, you better do something for the people you're representing, because if not, they're going to boot you out. And I think that, I hope that that happens when the elections comes up again, that, you know, we get representatives who are really there for people. And that's just...
If the people use this movie to sort of rally together and ask questions and discuss and then plan for change, I think that Obama and his administration will listen. And it won't take a lot of push. It won't take the White House catching on fire. It won't take riots in the streets. I think it needs to see organization and unity in order for any type of change to be effective.
What kind of change do you think we need, or if you can't go that far, you would like to see?
Well, changes that were insinuated by this film, Michael Moore's Capitalism, and even our film, right? The future of capitalism, such as the minimum wage.
Yeah.
Minimum wage needs to be taken up.
Minimum wage is literally minimum. It's the minimum.
Subliminal.
It's the minimum that you can have to not die before you have to go back to work.
Yeah, yeah.
It's the minimum you need to not die so you can go back to work.
That's equivalent to slavery, because even when the slaves were, you know, they would give them just enough food, just enough hand-me-down clothes to work back in the fields, and then just enough playtime to be all right with the working in the fields and things of that nature. So, you know, this is just another form of slavery. But also some other changes that could take place is the elimination of menial jobs, menial labor that just, you know, indignifies, that's unnecessary. Not so much as indignifies, but really is unnecessary, because we have the technology to free us from these aspects of labor. We as human beings, all of the things that we benefit from, that makes life easy, that makes life interesting, is because of